Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. We are going to go down a rabbit hole of hypocrisy today, which is going to be a lot of fun. Oh boy, where to start with this one? Oh, it's absolutely incredible. So, Star Wars appoint a new host for some show, I think, or other, for the High Republic, and it's this woman here, Christina Ariel, maybe. Excuse my pronunciation if it's incorrect. And that's fine. That's all well and good. However, as there tends to be nowadays, doesn't there? There tends to be a however with a lot of stuff. Bounding into comics, a website that deals with pop culture, geek culture. They actually had this person on their radar because of a lot. And I'll say this, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and say this nicely. Inflammatory tweets that she put out, not just over the course of 10 years, let's say, because I'm personally of the belief that, you know, something that you posted 10 years ago on Twitter, should that come back to haunt you modern day? Get out of here. Get out of here. We were just discussing on Friday Night Tights and other podcasts recently, the world felt like a different place 10 years ago than it does now. Now it's just some sterilized, pathetic, cancellation, butthurt, victimhood sphere that people try and exist on. But no, these tweets come from like the last year, the last 12 months. And it's not just one or two, it's a cascade of them. And Christina seems to have a massive issue with white people. And the thing is, she doesn't specify, she doesn't get specific. When she does her tweets, she just brands it white people, white men, white females, i.e. she is broad stroking everybody that comes under that banner. And number one, that's stupid and ridiculous for a start, because one of the complaints, as we'll see later, is that white people think black people think all the same. Well, the irony of that tweet, of course, is you've just broad stroked every white person into thinking that. Hello? These people, and when I say these people, I mean morons. They have no self-realization. So they start from things like, and this is 2020, March 2020, less than a year ago. White people, effing stop it. Your racism won't save you. Oh, so white people all white people are racist? No. Your ignorance is not an excuse. No, okay. That is a very stupid tweet. White conservatives now. Please stop evoking racism like you give a shit. Again, tarnishing all of white conservatives with one brush. Just a reminder that white women, broad stroke, once again, are just as complicit in upholding and enforcing white supremacy. These are ludicrous tweets. Ludicrous. I don't have an ego. I'm also not a bully. I have said repeatedly, I don't owe white people a conversation about racism. Broad stroking again. Now, this article got put out into the sphere. John F. Trent, been on Friday Night Tights multiple times. Good guy. And with this article being out there, a lot of people were seeing the type of tweets that she was putting out. And just for the record, there's many, many more. There's many, many more which haven't even shown off. That was really to give you an understanding of this person's mindset and their lack of self-awareness. So Star Wars, because of this, the Star Wars Twitter account put out a post, put out a tweet saying our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Christina Ariel. Now, if I just take out that last sentence, we support Christina Ariel. Our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's, that's a statement that you want to make. But the thing is, when you make a statement like that, you actually have to support it and back it up. And the way that you support it in backing it up is by your actions. And the thing is, Star Wars, your actions don't support this tweet in the slightest. Shall we go into why? Let's go into why. First of all, Twitter tried to pervert what Bounding Into Comics had done. People are standing with the newly announced host of Star Wars, The High Republic, Christina Ariel, after Bounding Into Comics published an article and video taking issue with past tweets in which she repeatedly denounced racism, particularly from white people. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. And I've just shown you an example of some of the tweets. That's not denouncing it whatsoever. Like I said, very generously, at best, very inflammatory. But that doesn't matter. Let's go to the Star Wars account. This is January the 17th, just a few days ago. Star Wars account, official, of course. This is the big boy. This is the nearly 5 million people following it account. Helpers wish the incredible Kelly Marie Tran a very happy birthday. Fine. Great. It's Rose Tico's birthday. Wishing her a happy birthday. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Whether you like the character or don't like the character, she's part of Star Wars history. There was also another person born on that day. Some might say they had a little bit more to do with Star Wars history than Kelly Marie Tran, but they weren't announced here. Who was that? Let me just try and remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, yes. It was the voice of Darth Vader, James Earl Jones, who turned 90 years young. May he live forever. Where is his happy birthday as well? Where's his happy birthday? Oh, non-existent. Non-existent. Why? Why would his birthday be non-existent, Star Wars? This is arguably, the most important villain to ever hit the cinema screens. And he's been portraying the voice of it in live action since 1977. Where's his happy 90th? What a milestone. 90th birthday. Where's that? Non-existent. Why? Was it because he was black? No, that would be stupid. Honestly, no. Even I saying that, know that I'm doing it on purpose to cause a reaction. I think that's stupid. But then you think, just a few days earlier, on the 14th of January, there was another character's birthday. Not as large a character as James Earl Jones, by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly one on the par with Rose Tico. And let's just go and have a look. 14th of January. Well, there's the 15th. There's the 14th. So let's have a look for this happy birthday. No. No. That's posting pictures of porgs and big-eyed Ewoks. Then this is the 13th of January. So that's the day before. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Where's Carl Weathers? Happy birthday. Co-star in The Mandalorian. Where's Carl Weathers? Happy birthday. And he could be saying, hey, Az, don't you think you're spending a little bit too much time on this birthday business? All I'm trying to say is, if you are going to give out arbitrary happy birthdays to people, then you've got to surely give it out to everyone. And there's everyone who's been a part of that Star Wars history. But you can give Kelly Marie Tran one, but you don't give two black guys one? You don't give Carl Weathers and James Earl Jones one? Now that in itself, that could be looked upon as discriminatory. I'm just saying. Because it's perception, and perception is reality. And when you're talking about inclusivity, and then you purposely exclude people, that's what happens. People start, like I've just done, getting very nitpicky about it. Then, of course, there's this. There's this. On the left, the Western poster for The Force Awakens, where John Boyega was told that he was actually going to be a major character alongside Rey's character. But of course, in China have a bit of a problem against black people. So when it came to China's poster, Disney obliged that marketplace because they wanted to pander to it to get more bums in seats, which, by the way, they didn't do because China couldn't give a shit about Star Wars, and shrunk John Boyega right down to virtually nothing. In a film where he was meant to be as elevated as Rey Palpatine. What did they say? Sorry, I've got to look back at this. What did they say again? Our Star Wars community is one of hope and inclusivity. No. No. You're racist. And you're happy to oblige that racism in order to attempt to pander to people who are racist, or community, or a country whose government is set that way to try and profit from it. So don't talk about inclusivity. Then, of course, there's things like this. And I put this one in because even if this is an open phone number, a senator's phone number, for anyone to contact, there's no denying here that Pedro Pascal himself is inciting people to go and attack somebody whose political beliefs he does not share. Hope and inclusivity, we do not stand for bullying and racism. You do. You do stand for it and you oblige it. And then, of course, Gina Carano. Gina Carano, who has been absolutely besieged by attacks after attacks after attacks for having her own mind, for having her own thoughts, for not being a sheep, for not capitulating. They call her a transphobe. Why? Because she doesn't want to put pronouns in her bio. That's her prerogative to do so. She doesn't have to do that if she doesn't want to. She posts motivational speeches on her channel, which boil down a lot of the time to be yourself. Don't just follow blindly. Have your own thoughts. These are very good, positive things to teach people. And she gets attacked for it and attacked for it. And they make stuff up because they just want to cancel her and tear her down. And through all of this, she has held her head up high. Maybe because Gina knows what it's like to be punched in the face. And when you've experienced stuff like that, pathetic people on Twitter, and this goes on and on and on and on, and this is just a cross-section by Data Racer. Just a cross-section that the guy put together. Where was the Star Wars account to jump to her defense? Where was the Star Wars account to say, hey, we believe in hope and inclusivity. We do not stand for bullying and racism. We support Gina Carano. Nowhere. Nowhere to be seen anywhere. Hypocrites. Did Gina Carano post anything as inflammatory as this, which is let's just be perfectly honest here, people. Somebody who has a massive racist issue with white people, and you can put all the government bills in place, and you can twist and turn all the dictionaries in the world, but yes, you can be racist towards white people. And if you truly believe in inclusivity, if you truly believe that there shouldn't be any bullying, then you would stand against this. Because you can't have equality and you can't have a lack of racism when people are being racist. And of course, the hate mob saw this as a perfect example to once again jump back onto that Gina Carano bandwagon and try once again to get her fired. Hey, yes, we support Christina. Now let's get rid of Gina. It's so sad because obviously there was a huge amount of support that they won back recently with that little cameo of Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian Season 2. It seemed to look as if there was some goodwill being shed by Lucasfilm and Disney against an audience that they had spat on, an audience that they had called sexists and misogynists and racists, because we didn't like a completely shit film which split the fan base in half, called The Last Jedi, by an obnoxious prick called Rian Johnson. And there seemed to be some bridges that were attempting to be rebuilt. And I don't know if obviously the people that run this Twitter account have, are in check with Disney or what, or whether they are just a bunch of idiotic fools. But get your house in order, House of Mouse. Get it in order. Because statements like this look absolutely pathetic when the evidence is right in front of people's faces. But of course, evidence doesn't matter in the court of public opinion anymore. Oh, so sad. Bounding into Comics had every right to make the article that they did. Twitter lied. Star Wars lied. And there's reams and reams and reams and reams of evidence to support that. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.